at her desk. The telephone sat at her right, the receiver off the hook. Madame picked it up and held it out to Kit. "Are you not the lucky one? A call from Italy. Do give your mother my regards." Kit snatched the receiver. She found her hand was trembling as she raised it to her ear. "Hello, Mom?" "Oh, honey." Her mother's tiny voice sounded a million miles away. But the warmth, the inflections, the love were so familiar that for the second time that evening, Kit found her eyes blurred with tears. "It's so wonderful to hear you." "You too," Kit said. "How are you? How's Dan? Where are you calling from? Are you having fun?" "So much fun," her mother said. "You can't imagine. We're in Florence now, and tomorrow we leave for Rome. Just think, we'll actually be visiting St. Peter's and the Forum and the catacombs, all the places you always read about." She sounds so young, Kit thought in amazement. Her mother, with the silver threads in her hair, the soft cobweb of lines at the corners of her eyes, the back that ached after a day of typing, sounded like a young girl bubbling with enthusiasm and vitality. "And you, honey? How are you? Do you love it at Blackwood?" "Mom," Kit was stunned at the question. "Haven't you been reading my letters?" "We got one in Cherbourg," her mother said, "but that was almost immediately after we arrived. It's the only letter we've received, and your cell phone doesn't seem to be working. That's why I'm calling." "Dan said he was sure that you were just too busy to write and had forgotten to charge your cell, but I was worried that you might be ill. You haven't been, have you?" "No," Kit said. "Cell phones don't work in this area, but I've written every week. I've told you about everything. Absolutely everything." In her chair at the desk, Madame shifted her weight and Kit moved a few paces away, stretching the phone cord to its full length. "It's the overseas mail, then," Kit's mother said. "It's so hard to be sure of your timing when you're sending things care of American Express. You must be just missing us every place we go. Well, tell me, how is everything? Are you studying hard? Do you have nice friends?" I... Kit could not get an answer out. Instead, she said, "Mom, how much longer are you going to stay over there? When are you coming home?" "The week before Christmas," her mother said. "Don't you remember the plan? We'll coincide with your vacation." "But that's months away." The words burst from her in a strangled cry. "I can't stay here that long, Mom. I just can't. You don't understand." Madame Duray moved in her chair. Kit felt the intense black eyes boring into her, and she clutched the receiver more tightly against her ear. "Oh, honey." There was mild exasperation in her mother's voice. "Are you still upset with us for coming to Europe without you? I thought you'd accepted the situation. You told me—" "It's not that, really. I swear that has nothing to do with it. I want to tell you, please, you have to listen." There was so much to tell. All the things that she had poured out in her letters and assumed her mother knew, and now realized that she did not know at all. But where could she start? The beginning seemed so long ago. And there was so much. Linda and her art, Sandy, the dreams, the music, the man in the hall, whom she was sure, really sure, she had not imagined. And yet what other explanation could there be for his disappearance? And her mother was so far away. Just a thin, small voice on the other end of a transatlantic cable, with the costly minutes piling up. But most of all there was Madame Duray, seated here beside her, listening to every word that she spoke. Those eyes, those impossible eyes, rested upon her face, and she could not turn from them, could not focus her own gaze anywhere except into their depths. They held her still, impaled, like a bug on two sharp pins. "Mom," she said, and she could not go on. "I think that this conversation must be costing your mother a great deal of money, Catherine." Madame spoke quietly, but her voice held a note of command. "Do you not think that you should give her your love and say goodbye?" "Mom!" Kit made one final desperate effort. "I want to stay at Tracy's. Can I, please? I've written her, and it will be all right. I know it will. I could get the bus in Blackwood Village, Mr. Rosenblum could meet me, and I could stay with them until Christmas, until you and Dan get home. Oh, Kit, really? The lilting youthfulness was gone from her mother's voice. In its place was a blend of disappointment, concern, and weariness. You'll be seeing Tracy at Christmas time. No matter what you say, it really isn't very far away. Enjoy your other friends now. The new ones you've made at Blackwood. In your one letter you mentioned a girl named Sandy. You seem to like her, don't you still? Yes, sure I like Sandy. What should I do? Kit asked herself frantically. What can I do? She looked down into Madame Duray's face, and no further words would come. Do right, honey, her mother was saying, and aim your letters a little further ahead. You have our itinerary. Allow a few extra days for them to reach us. Dan sends his love. He's a fine man, Kit. A good, kind person. I realize it more each day. I'm very lucky. Yes, Kit said resignedly. Yes, I know. I love you, honey. I love you too. The time was up. There was no way, no possible way. Tell Dan hello. Have a happy honeymoon. We will. You be happy too, honey. Goodbye for now. Goodbye. There was a little click, followed by silence. Kit lowered the receiver from her ear and placed it carefully back on the hook. She closed her eyes so that she would not have to see the look of satisfaction on Madame's face, but she could not keep them closed. One could not stand for very long with her eyes screwed shut. That is right, chérie, Madame Duray told her. You want to leave your mother enough money to purchase some gifts to bring back with her. Are they having a pleasant trip? Yes, Kit said dully. A wonderful time. They seem so nice, both of them. You would not wish to ruin their trip by having them concerned about you. All girls become a bit homesick on occasion. It is one of those things one must fight against. I guess, Kit said. Miserably, she turned and started across the room to the door, but stopped short as her eyes fell upon a painting on the opposite wall over a filing cabinet. A mountain lake reflected light from the sky, and green woods, distant hills. The familiarity of the setting struck her like a well-known cry. What's that? She asked. That cabinet? It is where I keep my files on former students. I didn't mean the cabinet, Kit said. I meant the picture. Who did it? Do you like the painting? It is a favorite of mine. It was as though there had been no contest between them. It is a landscape by Thomas Cole. A reproduction, of course. I've seen that lake, Kit said. Perhaps you have. The picture was painted in the Catskills. No, I mean, I've seen it painted before, from another angle. Kit continued to stare at the landscape. There's a footpath over there along the shore, but you can't see it from this direction. Then the realization struck her. It's the same lake that has been in some of Linda's paintings. Why, I do not think so, chérie, Madame Duray said. Linda comes from California. I hardly think she would be painting New York scenery. But it is, Kit insisted. Who is this Thomas Cole, anyway? Does he live around here? He did at one time, Madame Duray told her. Of course, that was many years ago. He died in the middle of the 19th century,